Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn, and I'm glad you're here with me today. To those of you who come back time and time again, you mean so much to me. Thank you. For those of you who are just now coming in, welcome to my little slice of crazy. I'm kidding. Only a little bit. I knit, I crochet, So I do all kind of different crafty things. The main three things I do focus on this channel is sewing, knitting, and crochet. Sometimes we're heavier in one section of those than the others, and then there's sometimes to where the others shine through. So I am in the South. It is May, but I'm still drinking tea. And even though it's not a warming thing now, I think it's a comfort thing. And I've almost gotten to where I feel like, oh, I'm going to film my video, then I'm going to make me some tea. I do drink tea when I'm not filming, but it doesn't feel right, kind of, sort of, not to have it when I'm filming. But this morning, I do feel a little chilled. And it's probably the weather. It was rainy yesterday, and it's still gloomy. It's very overcast, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to see my son today. Not my children's son, but the sun. And I do need that. I do need that drastically. So, like I said, grab you something to drink, grab your project, hang out with me, because you know what? JOANN just keeps taking my money. And you would think, since I'm an employee, they would be giving me money. Ha! No. That's not how it works in my world. Right? I am really... It might be I'm chilled because I hadn't been long got out of the shower. And because yesterday was a work day, and it was a rough day, and I was sleep deprived, and yeah. So I wanted to start today feeling fresh, feeling rejuvenated, feeling vibrant. So what do I do at 6 o'clock in the morning? Even though I don't have to work, I jump in the shower. No, actually it wasn't 6 o'clock. It was probably closer to 6:30, 6:45-ish. But hey, The point is I have nowhere I have to be, but I needed a shower because I needed to feel like I just had a fresh start, right? So that's what we're doing today. Now, I do have a Happy Mail, and I want to open it first because Tina emailed me. Now, I did cut it open so that, you didn't have to watch me struggle with that. Tina contacted me after I posted that video where I showed y'all all those beautiful flannels that I bought. And I said that particular fabric I loved it, but let me try this again. I can't remember the exact verbiage that I used or the exact way I said it, but I said to the effect of, I'm not going to make myself any because this is for the website, but I fell in love with this fabric, and she saw that, and she sent me an email, and she said, something that sparks that much joy in you, you should be able to enjoy. So I went to my local JOANN's, and I bought this for you. I bought me some, and I bought you some. Now, please, don't make this for anybody else or do anything with this except make yourself some. And I thought that was so very sweet. But I mean, I didn't expect it, and I wasn't saying that she was lying, but sometimes people get distracted and life happens and they don't get to send whatever they're saying they're going to send. So I thought about it, and I told my husband how sweet I thought it was. But well, that was loud. Did y'all hear that? That was a super duper loud boom. I've only heard that once out here. Now, y'all, keep in mind, I am on 45 acres. I am in the middle of nowhere. The interstate, as a crow flies, is probably about 3/4 to a mile away. You know, like I said, as through the air, through, yeah. But, and I've heard it one time. And we never knew exactly what it was. It almost sounded like a 18-wheeler or something wrecking or blowing a tire or something. But I just felt that. That's why I had to stop talking. I hope nobody got hurt. Could have been a blowout, you know, as far as like the 18-wheelers have those blowouts. But we recently, a couple days ago, we had a tanker truck wreck at the next exit from us. And thankfully nobody was, the news announced it was a fatality, but thankfully there wasn't. But it was a chemical spill. It was some flammable stuff, some acetate, some kind. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, it had two exits closed down on the interstate near us for almost 24 hours. So it was rough. So I guess I'm a little on edge with that. But anyway, if y'all pray, if you send good vibes, put that out in the air so that nothing happens to, you know, that was just. But we aren't close to Savannah Riverside, but I think we're close enough to where if they're doing any testing, maybe we could hear it. Y'all, I don't know. I really don't. So I'm hoping I have all the lights on. Hopefully the power doesn't go off again. Because we did pay the bill. I'm kidding. The power went off, and we don't know why it went off the last time I was filming, but with it being overcast, I have all these lights on, so hopefully y'all get to see all this lovely stuff. But anyway, back to what I was saying before that loud boom startled me. I didn't think Tina was lying. I just, you know, I thought it was very sweet of her to offer. But then she sends me an email and says, "Here's the tracking number. I sent you the fill in the blank." And I said, "You didn't have to do that, but thank you so very much." Because Tina, you thinking about me, or any of you thinking about me, and it just, it humbles me. It really does. So, Tina emailed me and said, "I just got a delivery notification that your package is delivered. I hope you enjoy." And I was like, you know what? I was so tired last night when I came in from work. I didn't even stop at my mailbox. So, yeah. But I immediately went down there and looked. But, look, y'all, look. She got it in a Ziploc bag and a JOANN's bag. She wanted to make sure this was secure. If I can get the JOANN bag unknotted. Oh my. I'm so excited. Okay, I knew what was being sent, but there's still, the excitement for me isn't the surprise. It's the sheer shock of someone seeing how much I love this Hawaiian print fabric and sent me some. So Tina, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. She sent me 2 yards. Do y'all know how many that's going to make? I'm so excited. Look at that. Thank you, Tina. Oh, I'm definitely making my own. And I'm going to, I'm so excited. Because, y'all, this can be my summer paper towels and napkins. And, so thank you. I haven't touched the stuff I bought because that is technically, I've allotted that for my website. But thank you, Tina. I really, really, really appreciate this. She said anything that sparks that much joy must be enjoyed. Or what the heck, man? Hold on. I can tell you exactly what she said because I have it in my email here. Hang on. Because she blew me away. And watch me now not be able to find the email just because I'm looking for it. Okay, well, Tina has sent me a few emails, so I can't pull it up at this moment. My computer is not wanting to be nice, and it's okay. It's all right. But she did not want me to do without, because this fabric, this sings to me. This is just beautiful. And I may never get to see Hawaiian fabrics. I mean, the Hawaiian flowers in person, but I have my own now. So thank you, Tina. I really, really appreciate that. You just don't know. And to come at the tail end of a day like yesterday, it was a very sweet treat. Let me tell you. So it did. It brought me a lot of joy. I really y'all, I swear, y'all humble me. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to use for this thumbnail yet, so I don't know what you saw in that thumbnail. I know you saw 3 bags of the bougie paper bags that we got in at the store. So, either which thumbnail I decide to use, that was going to be in there. Because, y'all, that's a lot of stuff. Alright. But surprisingly, I have spent more on other trips. But if I slurped again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just want all that good, yummy. Because I have the Fireside Vanilla and the Cinnamon Apple Spice bags together. Oh, and it's so good. Mixed with the honey, too. Oh. So I am sorry if I do slurp. It's not rudeness. It's just me enjoying it and not... You know, that daggone microphone on that picks up so much better than my lapel mic. I will tell you that. Alright. What y'all want to start with? You want to start with yarn? You want to start with fabric? Or you want to start with miscellaneous? I'll tell you what. I have the bags lined up in front of me, so I will go from right to left. We'll do that. Okay. Bag number 1. And she's stuffed. Alright. So, yesterday, my store went to 60% off. And I'm having to film these as I'm getting stuff, but they're not being... they're scheduled. I only post on Mondays and Thursdays. Sorry, y'all. So, by the time you see this, it's probably going to be very close to the end. So I will probably be posting videos about JOANN's purchases even after we close, because I've got that many purchases that I have to show y'all. Yes, I am spending way too much money. But like I told y'all, there's a purpose to this, because when we close, I will have to go back to trying to source these products. And if I don't have to do that immediately, all the better for me, all the better for y'all. You won't see as many haul videos, but you will see the products that I'm making, that's just as exciting, right? All right, so we went to 60% off yesterday. And I can't remember how much these are retail. Actually, I might be able to show you. Blue raspberry. Blue raspberry. All right, so I do remember now. These Karen Jumbos, which technically all the Karen 1-pounders, are $4.80 at my store right now. And I have, you see this rack right here? I don't know if you can see it. I don't know how I framed the shot today. Normally you can see my black rack right over here. So normally you would see the yarn over here. I have one entire shelf. My rack is probably, it's about that wide. So my shelf is about that deep. I have about 10 to 12 1-pounders in there of various colors matching, so that I can have ombre colors coordinating if I want to do blankets of such. This color I have never had before. It's called Blue Raspberry. And I hope, like the Dickens, that you can see just how beautiful that is. I love it. Now, this is only a 12 ounce, so it's not a 16 ounce, but usually with the variegateds, you don't get that full 1 pound. And the yardage is less. This is because this is 595 yards. I don't remember how much the 1-pounders are. It's so cute. I was talking to a lady, a customer, and I had a few of those yesterday, and my coworkers were getting mad at me because I wasn't rushing them out the door. And I was talking to them, right? But if you're going to stick me on the register by myself, I'm going to be as quick as possible, but I'm also not going to be rude, because the next person walking up to my register, they may be having a bad day. They may be sad that JOANN's are closing. They may be, they may be all kind of things, or they may be in a hurry. I can't read any of that, and I can't predict any of that. So I give you what you give me, so to speak. And this lady wanted to chit chat, and I was going to chit chat with her. But to be fair, beforehand, she had asked for my help, and there was nobody in line, so I'd helped her. And I told a coworker, I was like, I need to show her where this is at, so can you watch the register? Well, I wasn't in a hurry. I wasn't going to rush this lady. My coworker had just come in from smoking. They were not in a hurry to do their job, okay? Just saying. And that's vague enough to where nobody can come at me. But anyway, I was walking down the aisle, and I was trying to take her to what she was looking for, because she wanted some, I told her we'd had some Christmas decorations, and I was wanting to do that. I was taking her to it. And she's like, well, here, let me show you something. This is what I want to do with it. So we stopped in the middle of the main aisle, and she was showing me a picture of a memorial tree that she does for her husband every year, because he passed away 5 years ago. I'm not going to rush this woman. And yes, I got snapped at for it, but I don't care. Anyway, so I helped her. I went back to the register, kept, checking people out. And then when she and her friend finally come up to the register to check out, she's like, see, look, I think her friend's name was Louise. No. It was a different one. I can't remember it. It wasn't Martha. It was an L or an M. I can't remember. She called her Louie. It was an L or an M. But anyway, she was sweet as can be. And she said she's a yarn addict too. And because I had told her about my little thing that I have behind the register, because I keep my stuff with me now. I do. And then my boss will say, "Are you buying that today?" "Yes, I am. Yes, I am." Back up. So she's seen my little stash of stuff, and she's like, so that blue over there is yours?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Can I have one?" And her friend's like, "Don't ask her that. That's her yarn." I said, "Yeah, you can have one." I said, "I'll go get me another one." She's like, and her friend says, "Well, what if there's none back there?" I said, "Well, then I'll get one and she gets one, right?" But thankfully there was one. There was still some back there. And I got some, the next time I had a break in customers, I ran and grabbed some. But I thought this was so beautiful. So beautiful. And I don't mind sharing, okay? I'm not greedy and I'm not in that big of a hurry. Because like I told them, if somebody complained about the line, then that was on either my manager or someone else to come up and help. I'm not going to rush customers through. Yes, I want to get people through as efficiently as possible, but I'm also not a cold-hearted machine. I'm not going to rush people if they need that extra connection or if they need that extra interaction. I'm not going to do that because I love it. I love it. I love it. So, now, this right here, I'm sure y'all will be able to say, I knew she had to get some more. And I'm trying not to drop it. I'm probably going to get even more. Yes, I know I got black, and I had black and orchid in my little, not my last video, the video before that, or the video before that. I can't remember. I had the balls, right? But, to be fair, there was only 1 cent difference per yard. Not the ombre ones that I told y'all that I thought I made a bad deal when I bought that Purple Haze ombre from West Columbia. I didn't, because I wasn't thinking about the fact that the yardage on the cones are different for the solids versus the ombres. I think. Because on the solids, it is like 1,400 yards, I think. No. Alright, I'm a goober. My math was all over the place that day. So, yes, I made a great purchasing those balls of Purple Haze ombre. It's 674 yards. I got my 1,400 from the 14 ounces. Y'all, to live in my brain for one day would probably exhaust most of you, because it's just all over the place. But anyway, I got, now I've used natural. Natural is not the same as soft. Do you say it ecru or ecru? ECRU? I don't know. Natural is more of a light tan base. A beige base. This, to me, now I'll show you. But you know my orchid and my black, they're staple colors. I'm going to put them right here. But I will show, well, actually, I don't even have to show you that. You can see the difference between the white and the soft ecru or whatever it is. There's almost a yellow very soft yellow undertone. Like the other one that I used, the natural, has more of a wood undertone, like a light, super light tan or beige. So, yeah. I don't have any of this. And I don't know that I've ever bought that one. I had the natural that I would buy maybe once or twice a year. But I stopped being able to find it. This was the only thing I could find. I'm like, it's not the same color, people. It's not the same. So, yeah. All right. Well, I have more in this bag. I'm going to show you. I mean, I don't know if you would be interested. But I bought, and I don't want to take up too stupid a long time. We've never had these in my store. But they're called yarn zips. And apparently you can crochet into the zipper part. So, we'll see. I've never tried it, but we're going to try it. I've never had cause to, but you know, why not? I'll give it a go and see if it works. I hate that we only had 4, and I bought 2. But I hate that they only had the black. But, yeah, it is what it is. I'll use it. If I like it, I'll use it again. But these were, they're marked $9.99, so 60% off of that is, I can't even believe I was looking for that. That's $4. I got it for a little cheaper, and that's kind of what I was looking for. Yeah, I don't. Anyway. So, the rest of this, alright, command hooks. Because, y'all, right now, all these command hooks that I can get, and I bought a lot of them yesterday. My assistant manager rang me out, and she probably thought, "Jeezy Pete, woman." But these are cheaper than you can get them at Walmart. And I use all of these kind of command hooks. Back when my fireplace was blocked off, I would use those command hooks to hang my stockings up near my tree. And it was perfect. Okay. So, this come across my register from a customer, and I walked back there when I went to work yesterday morning, and before we ever opened, because we get there at 6 o'clock to work, and we don't open till 9. But I found this. It was the very last one, and I'm glad I found them. It is a 6-piece quilter's roll clip. Now, I've seen the big plastic clippies that you can buy, but I never had a desire for them because I haven't quilted on my on Bella yet. But she's got a pretty shallow throat, so she's not going to be able to withstand a whole lot of quilting. Unless I quilt from left to right. Because I'm not going to be able to roll up a whole lot and put it through the center of my machine and quilt right to left. So, no. I said that opposite. Well, I don't know what I would do. Because if I do one or either way, at one point, I'm going to have a whole lot wrapped up in the throat of my machine. So, But anyway, she said this was perfect for that. She didn't say that to me. She said that to her, I think it was her niece or her daughter that was with her. Alright. Now, I was looking for Wright's bias tape. I looked for some of these at Walmart. And I couldn't find any at that Lexington store. Okay. Just saying. That's the only place I've looked locally. But these right here, I think they were like $1 and something, maybe. $1.79. At 60% off. The Wrights was. Now, the Fabani, that was $1.79. Okay, so some of them was $2.39 and some of them was $1.79. Keep in mind, y'all, these are prices. These are not your prices, and there's no sense in sharing what I got it for, because you can't get it for that. So, we've not had ever. Actually, no, I can't say that. I think we've had a very limited supply of these bindings and tapes, but our store doesn't get very many of them, right? Because, I mean, this is a JOANN product, right? But I bought these because Macy, when I made your diaper bag, baby bag thing. Alright, y'all. I went out of my comfort zone, like I told y'all, and made a bag, and I made the handles. First time ever doing that. So, I needed to figure out a way of combining that with the kind of structure that I gave her with the interfacing, because I used a very thick foam interfacing for her. Because when you add handles to it and you have a weight, and I'm assuming she's going to have a lot of weight in this bag, being a baby bag, I wanted to be able to give her a lot of structure. Well, in order to do that, I had to go completely different than the way I make my project bags. So, I ended up with a raw edge at the very top. So, I made my own bias tape, my own binding tape. And, Lord, it's fine. I can do it. It was just a pain in the hiney because it was black. Now, when I make anything with color, it's fine. I can see it. But black is like, it's a black hole. It's a pit. I can't see anything. So trying to get a double fold on those, oh, Lord, I ain't doing that again. So, I came prepared if and when I ever decide to do it again, I got a little bit of backup. For relatively inexpensive. Alright, it wasn't cheap, but it was relatively inexpensive. Because one lady told me she wasn't going to pay $1.97 or $1.79 or whatnot for bias tape and binding, quilt binding. She wasn't paying that much. Apparently it's high. I don't know. Does any of y'all quilt? Do y'all use that stuff? No? But is that a bad buy? Oh, I'll leave. No, I'm not going to leave that there. I'm going to put it back in the bag. Because once I show y'all, I can put everything up, but I leave it in the bag before I film my video so that, you know, it's all together. But y'all, I have been so stinking busy with work and with it's what my baby grandson calls homework. Not my work, but my homework. Alright. Bag number 2. It's not as chunky. Alright. Big Twist Value went on sale for $1.80 a skein. And I don't need any more, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. I need no more. Y'all see how vibrant this yellow is? I mean, this orange. Now, this I bought to go with those beautiful white, bright, not white. My words are failing me. My bright pink and green and safety yellow. along with Diva Pink. Y'all, I don't know if, I don't know, I think that might have been too contrasting of a color. And I don't have, oh, let me see if I can pair it with the blue so that the camera will show you. Let me see if I hope I'm getting in shot. I'm going to pull it back some just in case. Diva Pink is in your face like that green and the neon safety yellow. It is so beautiful. So beautiful. And we only had one of these, so I grabbed that up. Then I had the yellow. So I'm going to do something. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to make. I don't know if it's going to be a cardigan or what. But and I know y'all said that a cardigan would look great in that. You remember how I told you that I had the gradient or the ombre kind of colors of Karen 1-pounders? I think that way. My brain naturally goes to, and I'm sorry, y'all, I'm about to cut all my hair off. I do need to trim my bangs because they're just getting too long. But I think I'm going to cut it off. I'm getting tired of it. I say that, and then I'm going to cut it off, and I'm going to regret it. But it's so thin. I mean, you can literally see straight through my hair. It's so thin. So I think I might take it up to my shoulders. Normally, once a year, I do cut it. I will take it from this long jump here that's like below my boobs or below my bra strap. And I will cut it about mid-back. Well, I say mid-back. It'll come about right here on my back. So halfway between shoulder and bra strap kind of thing. But lately I've been I told my daughter-in-law, I'm about to get you to cut it for me. As long as I can put it up in a clip or a ponytail when I'm out in the yard working, that's all that matters to me. So anyway, yes, that was a squirrel moment over my hair. Sorry. Y'all know me. Anyway, ombre colors. So when I look at colors, I naturally try to see if there's another shade of something similar that I can use as ombre. But look. Isn't that pretty? Now this one is aqua and this one is teal. Yeah. So we have aqua and teal. Oops. Isn't this pretty though? I could pair this with white and do a chevron. I could do granny squares. And then, or I could do mitered squares. Or I could make another cardigan. That would look so pretty. Start off with the white near your face. And then go to the aqua and then go to the teal. Oh, girl, I think I just figured out what I want to do. I think that's what I'm going to do with these. Now, yes, I know Hirschner's has taken over, and they have bought Big Twist. But, for $1.80, I'm going to get some. I don't know at what price point Hirschner's might have Big Twist. But I'm not going to take the chance that it's going to be grossly more expensive to get it from Hirschner's than I can get it right now for $1.80 plus my discount. Yeah. One lady said, why don't you get a job at Michael's or Hobby Lobby? I don't want to. But lately, that thought has become more and more appealing to me. I'm kind of on the fence. Let me get through the rest of my stuff, and then oh gosh, I was like, why is this thing so heavy? Let me slide it. Okay, bag number 3. This is the most expensive bag, And when I show y'all why or what's in it, you will know why. Do you remember? Yeah, okay. And I said long-time viewers in one of my videos. Y'all, I've been on here for not quite a year and a half. Almost a year and a half. So my long-time viewers. It's not... It is a long time. To put up with me for almost a year and a half. Yeah. You earn the right to be called a long-time viewer. But for some people, that's not... For kids this day and age, that's an eternity. For those of our age and those of us who are a little more mature than I am is in life experience and calendar years, that's not that long. It's forever to me because I've had y'all for that long. So it's like... Anyway, so... Those of you who know me well, let's just say it that way. Because you don't have to be a long-time viewer to know me well. Some people just click right into who you are and they know. My love of batiks. My love of batiks. Is only... Did y'all hear that little birdie? Is only met by my love of Lily Sugar and Cream cotton yarn. And I say that most people don't like Lily Sugar and Cream, but I love it for the the word is there, and I'm sorry, since I had those seizures, my words don't quite come out like they're supposed. Utilitarian. There it went. Oh, I had to actually, but just for, you know, the workhorse nature of the Lily Sugar and Cream in the kitchen cotton world, that's what makes me love it. But that's only challenged by my love of batiks. Okay. So, I believe it was last Thursday's video where I did West Columbia haul. And I showed y'all those little batiks, and I told y'all that there were some batiks at work that I wanted to get, but I didn't want to pay. I didn't want to pay 50% off. So what do? I go and pay 60% off. Not that big of a difference. I was trying to hold out until they had those fabulous, until we have those fabulous stuff price-wise that North Columbia had on Two Notch Road right before they went out and closed down. I don't think my fabric selection will wait that long. West Columbia, they have a good bit, so I'm holding out hope that I can get some good fabric there when they do that. But I was not willing to leave. A customer sparked this fear in me yesterday. She come through with a bolt of purple batik that I had my eye on. And I was so upset with myself because I waited and I didn't get it. I should have got it yesterday morning. But y'all, I'd had very little sleep. My brain wasn't fully functioning yesterday. So I didn't get it. And she came through the line with it on the bolt. There was 6 yards on that bolt, and she got all 6. And I was upset, but not at her. I was upset at myself. So when my second person came in at noon, I told him, I said, Caden, watch the register. I got to use the bathroom, and I got to go grab something. I'll be back in a minute. So I went over to after I went to the restroom, I went to fabric, and I got me some batiks. No, I did not get the beautiful one that I wanted. And y'all, it was a purple batik with butterflies. I could kick myself in the booty. I did get some purples. They're just not as beautiful as the one I wanted. And that's my own fault. I battle that fear of missing out with my practicality that if I was meant to have it for what I wanted it for, it would be there. I hate that voice. But anyway, so I did. I grabbed me some batiks, and at 60% off, they're still not cheap. But I thought they were beautiful, so I grabbed some. Now this right here has greens and blues and aquas and teals, and it to me it looks like a creek, or not even a river. It honestly reminds me of sunlight going through trees, looking at the water. Like if you're looking across at the water. We used to live at Clarks Hill Lake. I know they call it Strom Thurmond now, but it will always be Clarks Hill to me. And where we were, right there in front of our house, was a cove. And I would sit down there at the cove, and I could see the cove from my back porch, but I liked being down there at the water because I liked the smell of the lake. I don't know why. Now it's not as appealing of a smell as it was back then, but it just it smelled free. It smelled quiet. It smelled so many different things. My childhood was not a fun one. So getting that kind of joy, I loved being down there. But anyway, seeing the sun come through the trees was similar to this. It had a more brown and natural. It was more in the brown family, because lake water is not beautiful in greens and blues and whatnot. Spring-fed creeks and stuff are. But that's what this brought back to me. And I thought that was it was so beautiful. So, I took all 4 of these bolts to the front with me. I told y'all, I'm not taking chances anymore. Now, 2 of these were just some yardage on a bolt, and 2 of them were 2 full bolts. So I was trying to decide if I wanted the full bolt, to where if I bought the whole bolt I would get an extra 10% discount. But I asked my manager, and I said, can we get the 10% for the entire bolt and the employee discount? She's like, no, I don't think so. And I think she's right, because I bought some interfacing, 30 yards of interfacing, and the cut counter put the 10% discount on it for me. But I noticed after I checked out that day, I was like, wait, it's more expensive than it should have been. And I looked down at my ticket, and I didn't see that discount on the ticket. So, on my actual register receipt. So, I think one nulls out the other. And if that's the case, then I will give up the 10%, because my 30% discount is better. So, I did find a purple. And while I do like this, it's almost like little leaves or something. And I'm going to open it up because I don't want the camera to miss any of it. And I'm hoping that there's enough light that y'all can see that pattern in there. I just think it's gorgeous. And I'm working on an idea for something that needs pinks and purples. And I asked a coworker, because I kept seeing remnants come through, and she had batik remnants. And I kept asking, if you get these kind of remnants, can you put them to the side for me? Because I'm not working the cutting counter, I don't have a chance to see them. Well, that's the bad thing when you have quilters all working at the same place. They wanted to. So I wasn't able to get any of it. So I thought, oh, now it's raining. So I thought, okay. And I even said this to her. I wasn't being mean. But I was like, since I'm not getting any of these remnants, I guess I'm going to have to buy the yardage. Because I took all of these back there, and I asked another coworker to cut them for me. There's a whole lot of drama with that too. But we're going to leave that off. We're going to leave that on the table. And let's just say, I'm not cutting my own fabric. Not anymore. So, this right here, I thought this was gorgeous because in the purples, you honestly have a little bit of bluish teal tones in there. In the design, it's almost like the base was like a gray, blue, aqua. I can't even describe that. There's so many different colors in there. But I thought this was beautiful. It's not as beautiful as my butterflies was. But it's okay. It is all right. I still love it. Now this one and this one. No. This one and this one were the ones that didn't have full bolts. Let me see. They ended up being... Y'all, these receipts are not short anymore. Okay. So... Purple tonal flowers and vines. That's this one. There was only 3 yards of this. And then the abstract texture dark green was only 3 yards of this. So I told her, I was like, you know, just give me whatever's left on the bolt. Now this one right there, this one and my last one, I told her I wanted 5 yards of each. So I did get 5 yards of this, 3 yards of each of these. And my coworker said, he was like, oh, I love that center color with those purples. I said, isn't that pretty? That's not what I had in mind, but they do look good together. I might. And then I got a basic black bubble batik. I honestly thought of using this as a quilt backing. That's why I wanted 5 of the two full bolts, because I can use 3 yards for a throw. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But I think I can use about 3 yards and then have a couple extra yards. Or even if I use 4 yards, I still have a little extra for, you know, a project accent or something. So, those are the most expensive ones in that bag. And then I did find one remnant. One lonely little remnant. And you know why I found it? I'm not even going to say. That'll make me mad again. I did find one beautiful little remnant. It's got some blue turquoisey teal flowers with the dark blue background. It, maybe I don't need to find another job at JOANN, at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I'm a social person, but I don't know if I need to do that. Anyway, I do love to talk to people. I just don't like... Maybe I just need to keep everything on the surface with people outside of my circle. And y'all. I don't have to keep y'all on the surface. Because I love knowing things about y'all. And I love y'all knowing things about me. But in real life, face to face, day in, day out, when you have to work with people like that, it's best just to have a work relationship and not try to build a friendship. Because honestly, y'all, that has bitten me in the butt more times than not. It is what it is. It's human nature, I guess. And I'm able to look past a lot of things when people, you know, upset me or do wrong to me, or, you know. But anyway, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I said I was not going to do any of that today. But there is an end in sight. That's what I keep telling myself. So, you know the puzzles I showed y'all. Alright. I think I didn't... Yeah, that was last Wednesday. No, last Thursday. Last Thursday is when I showed y'all the puzzles that I bought for my grandson and I. Well, I'm walking through the store, you know, cleaning up before we open, and I don't know why I went by the puzzles. Y'all, I have enough puzzles. Y'all saw how many puzzles I bought. I got 2 more. I'm going to save they're both the best. Alright, so y'all seen the unicorn, right? Well, this has a unicorn. It has bunnies, a little white seal, birds, a fawn with his little white specks. But this thing is gorgeous. And I hope, like heck, I'm getting this enough for y'all to see it. Now, it is only 750 pieces, so it won't take me that long. But this right here will be put together, it will be glued, and it will be going in my craft room. So will this. I knew. I didn't even hesitate. Because the funny thing is, I've used almost every one of these. Because this looks like Lily Sugar and Cream. This one right here is Strawberry. This one is Daisy Ombre. This one looks like, it's not Crown Jewel. Oh, what is that one? Hold on. I know it. I have it. I just can't remember the name of it right this moment. That's, Energy Ombre. That looks like Hot Green. This looks like Limeade. But you see how pretty that is? This is definitely... You know how I have my tigers right here? This might be in the background when I do my videos. I don't know. But it's only 500 pieces, so... I might. As much as my grandbaby loves to look at my yarn and play with my yarn, I might get him to help me with this one. It's 500 pieces, so the pieces are going to be a little smaller. But we'll see. Now, that's it. I did it all. I think the rain has stopped for the moment. We'll see. But if y'all heard that, I hope you enjoyed it. For now, I am done. I showed you all that I got from work yesterday. And it's plenty. It's quite enough. But I do want to... Oh, Pooh. You know what I didn't show you? I'll show you next time. I have some more bags to yeah. Actually, I might make a video and put it before this video to show y'all some bags I made. Because I'm trying to be, I had someone say that they wanted me to make them a bag that I had made and shown them, but when after they saw the video, they went to my website and I'd already sold it. And, you know, they were like, can you make me another one of these? And unfortunately, I didn't have the fabric anymore, so I couldn't. So I think what I'm going to do is try to show you the bag and then put it for sale on my website when the video goes live. That way, you know, it'll be more fair. Especially if there's a shortage or not a whole lot of that fabric. Like if I do some remnants or something. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm looking at them and I'm like, I want to show you so bad. But I rambled and I don't know how many of y'all are still here at the end. Can you tell me, if you make it to the end, can you tell me in comments, you know, Because I know what the analytics say, but I don't know if I trust all those numbers. Because it honestly says a lot of y'all don't make it to the end. And it's not a must. I don't have to know. It was a curiosity thing. But I hope you find some joy today. I hope something that you decide to delve into, whether it's having coffee with a friend, or having lunch with someone, or hanging out with them watching a show, or just knitting, crocheting, crafting, beading, just whatever sparks your joy today. I hope you get to do it. I'm going to make some more bags. I have four different versions of the same bag, 4 color versions that I'm working on. I started 2 days ago. I did not do any sewing yesterday. I did do some knitting. I knitted on my sock. I did do some knitting in the car before work on my tank top, my knitted top. That's not going to be a tank top because it's going to have sleeves, but you know. So I did no sewing yesterday. So I need to get started on that today. And with it gloomy out there, I can just put on my I finished that audiobook, so I need to download another one. Yeah, I'm an avid reader. And I used to hate I still don't like people reading to me. Like if they're reading a paragraph or they're reading something. These narrators that do these audiobooks, I think they're vetted to where their voice is pretty widely appealing, so that might be why I can do it. I mean, I love my husband's voice, but I hate him to read to me. Can't stand it. But anyway, listening to audiobooks is the way I can still get my love of books while I'm crafting. So that's going to be my joy today. Working on my bags, listening to a new audiobook. So I hope you find yours today and grab a hold of it. Because there's enough negative mess in the world to where you just need that little bit of good stuff. I will see y'all on the next one. And hopefully I won't have to have all this artificial lighting. Because y'all know how me and natural light is. But I'll see you next time. Bye.